NBA on NBC. The 1992 NBA playoffs. Today, it's the Chicago Bulls versus the New York Knicks.
This is Madison Square Garden in New York, the home of the revitalized New York Knicks. Chicago Bulls will look to recapture their championship form against Patrick Ewing and a hungry group of New York Knicks. Well, back at Madison Square Garden, we are set.
Features the Chicago Bulls and your New York Knicks. Here today's starting lineups. First for Chicago. At guard at 6'2" from Notre Dame, number 5, John Paxson. At guard at 6'6" from North Carolina, number 23, Michael Jordan. At forward at 6'7" from Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen. At forward at 6'10" from Clemson, number 54, Horace Grant. And at center at 7'1" from San Francisco, number 24, Bill Cartwright. The head coach of the Bulls, Phil Jackson. And now, please welcome your New York Knicks. At guard at 6'3" from St. John's, number 13, Mark Jackson. At guard at 6'6" from Tennessee Chattanooga, number 21, Gerald Wilkins. At forward at 6'8" from Wichita State, number 32, Xavier McDaniel. At forward at 6'9" from Virginia Union, number 34, Charles Oakley. And at center at 7 feet from Georgetown, number 33, Patrick Ewing. The head coach of the Knicks, Pat Riley. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you...
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. On the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran clear. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave.
That these two teams will just have to find the inspiration from among themselves, and with this crowd and the way it is here today, they'll have no problem doing that. Marv?
All right, Ahmad. And the officials are Darryl Garretson, Bob Delaney, and Steve Javy. And you get the feeling that to set the tone early, as we saw in Game 1 in Chicago, we could have a flagrant foul called right at the start just to settle things down should the Knicks come out in physical fashion once again.
Well, speaking to the head of officials, Darryl Garretson, who's on this game, he felt that the key thing that they will be watching for early are the defensive rotations by both teams. Both of these teams do an excellent job of trapping and rotating or pre-rotating. And are they legal or illegal? Darryl, after viewing films of their last series, felt that both these teams do a great job of getting where they're supposed to be and being legal defensively.
So we are set for Game 3 of the best-of-7 Eastern Conference semifinal series. Game 4 tomorrow night, 6:30 Eastern time here at the Garden, and we'll have it for you as part of our special NBA triple header coverage tomorrow. Patrick Ewing and Bill Cartwright on the opening tip. Daryl Garrison from his outside position says do it again. It was not a good toss.
Both centers trying to gain an edge, get it just before the other guy gets to it, and sometimes that's where you have a quick jump and a violation.
Mark Jackson in the starting lineup once again, despite the bruise on Showtime. Scottie Pippen still suffering with the sprained ankle. Jordan picked up on a double team, and he's forced into a travel.
That time, New York took Michael Jordan, but Ewing makes the big rotation, steals off the baseline drive, and then there's the...
McDaniel and Oakley up front. Double team of Ewing right at the start. Here's Jackson. Yes. 13 unenforced turnovers. Scottie Pippen against the Knicks. They forced Charles Oakley to handle the ball. Wilkins to the scoop, and he's tied the game at 4.
And Chicago inbounded the ball quickly right up the sideline with Michael Jordan. They want to establish an up-tempo game at both ends of the floor.
Good luck from Jordan. Grant with the recovery. Here's Cartwright hitting onto the... A bit more active as he deflects it to the crowd.
Yeah, he's already up and out in a passing lane, causing...
Related to them, it's all on you guys. I can do only so much from the coaching point of view. You want this one. Basically, you do it by yourself. At a three-point attempt, rebounded by McDaniel.
X and O-wise, if you don't come out and play with the motivation, the aggression that you need in this type of series in the playoffs, then you're going to go home early.
Wilkins has played Jordan well here in the opening minutes. Grant rejected.
The offensive end, the turnover. That's been one of the keys today. They had a rebound, clean, and then get it out quickly.
Wilkins works off the pick. Gives it back to Jackson. Yes.
Shot. Chicago's going to be running out at the other end, getting fast break scores.
Cartwright given the room. And the Bulls very successful in doubling up on Mark Jackson on Thursday night in Chicago as a steal by Pippen. And here comes Pippen.
At the offensive end of the floor, a problem that Aston reversed the ball before he got there or couldn't get into it because Chicago does not respect the perimeter shooting of the New York Knicks. They back off the potential perimeter guys, outside shooters, and make it tough.
Long lack of respect for the outside shooting game. May recall during the time leading up to the trade deadline. That's in the past. Michael Jordan.
That time, 17 seconds, but Jordan with the steal.
Wilkins able to foul him, and Michael Jordan going the length of the court and stuffing emphatically, but it will not count.
If the foul takes place in the backcourt, Jordan gets no free throw attempts. If the foul takes place in the front court, it's a clear path to the basket. The swipe, the steal. Now, where does the foul take place? There. In the backcourt, clearly. Good call by the official. They take it out on the side.
The Bulls have not been allowed, for the most part, to run the court. Here's Oakley.
Hurry up and wait type attitude is how they play offense. They want to get it up quickly, but they know they must control tempo.
Michael Jordan is fouled. Foul called on Oakley. A timeout has been taken. We'll be back in a moment.
Phil, outweighed, outmanned. This is a more subtle message that he's doing.
Speak is what we just heard.
Phil is doing what he should be doing, and he does an excellent job of delivering his thought. Of his
3 out of 4 from the free throw line in the closing minutes.
Normally an 83% free throw shooter during the regular season.
The Bulls 13, the Knicks 11. The Bulls continuing the pressure.
Court, scramble and make something happen with your athleticism, and then get to the rim. That's how he loves to play.
Jordan for 3. Right downtown, and the Bulls lead 16 out. Pippen was tripped up.
Again, the Chicago defense causing the Knicks to scramble. When you're scrambling and you have their defense running around, then you want to take it to the basket, make something happen, and so what if Big Bill rotates over? When you can get up the way Wilkins can, you send it down with a lefty slam. He loves it.
Anthony Mason in his 3rd year out of Tennessee State. A New York Knicks 13. Here's the double team on Jackson. The steal by Jordan. And Michael Jordan hits on the reverse.
few moments ago, the double team taking place right over the half-court line. And then Mark Jackson, who's much smaller, a good strong trap. Jordan with the hand out there gets the deflection, and then just to remind those fans that think he may have forgotten how to dunk it, no, it does a little reverse for you.
Foul was called on Ewing, his first, and Scottie Pippen to the foul line. Back to the subject of the Chicago trap. The Bulls succeed. Charles Oakley had to constantly come back for the ball, and of course he's not the player you want. The reason Greg Anthony saw so much time because he's
one more ball handler out there, someone else with the ability to put it on the floor, get it up court, and take it to the basket.
Oh, the rejection by Pippen. It will count. It's a goaltend.
Darryl Garrison says that it was on its way down. Pippen coming from the weak side, and that's where most of your block shots come, not on your man. Is it on its way down? Yes, it is. Good call.
Of the sprained ankle.
And Chip Schaefer, the trainer, receiving a small bonus for having him ready for this afternoon's game.
Here is Pippen and in this first quarter. McDaniel, yes. John Starks, Greg Anthony getting set to, and it's called on the Knicks. It's on Mason, his second. The Bulls to the line with the Knicks over the foul limit. Wilkins and Jackson sit down, so Starks and Anthony have checked in. John Starks got involved in a trash-talking duel with Michael Jordan on Thursday night. Starks said that he was wrong to get caught up in it with Michael Jordan because all it did was serve to fire up Jordan. In fact, Jordan had himself going.
Well, Michael Jordan is a gentleman that loves to accept challenges, and he tries to find new ways to motivate himself to reach a new height. And if he finds a younger player, a guy with less experience, and he can talk a little bit to him and get the guy into that verbal confrontation, he gets a kick out of it, because what it does is the challenge once again is there. Let me see if I can destroy this guy. It's no different.
Hitting 8 of 10 from the field. Paxson for 3 downtown. Back at the Garden, 2:46 remaining. And this game now here's Jordan with the spin. The Chicago Bulls line.
Here's a small little factor as far as tempo goes. Greg Anthony with the penetration, Ewing stepping out for
first quarter, 75% shooting. Jordan guarded by Starks. Oh, my.
So during the course of the year, we had mentioned it. You stayed away from posting Jordan up a lot this season. He said, yeah, but we know we can always go back to it in the playoffs whenever we want to.
McDaniel, he was stopped. Terrific play by Pippen from behind.
I think Pippen's ankle is feeling better.
Now Pippen being played by Starks on a switch. Through the foul. We'll go to the line as John Starks is called for his first.
Why is Chicago's defense so good? Because they are a swarming defense. They help each other out, and then tremendous athleticism. That was a clean block coming from behind over the top, where normally you get body contact, chest to back, defensive man to offensive man.
Scottie Pippen averaging 21 points per game during the regular season. Shot 70-12 in game number 2 on Thursday.
Part of the feeling, a quarter still close enough, down only 3, 27-24. Chicago wanted to make a statement in the first quarter to try to discourage the Knicks from feeling that, hey, we can play with these guys anytime we want.
Nice drop step.
Concentration of John Starks.
Now Gerald Wilkins returns, replacing Anthony Mason. John Paxson is back. Both clubs are setting up for the possibility of a desperation last-second shot. So the shooters return. Bulls lead by 10 with 18 seconds.
Their three-point shooters behind the line, and it's their version of a four-corner or a spread attack. Run the clock down, take your man off the dribble, penetrate, kick out, get a score.
Here's Armstrong, stopped by Starks. And that will do it. Certainly the Bulls liked the style of play, and the Bulls were on fire, led by Michael Jordan, and the return of Scottie Pippen. It's the Bulls 32 and the Knicks 23 after 1 here at Madison Square Garden. and the Chicago Bulls hit 10 of 14 from the field. In the first quarter, Michael Jordan, 5 of 6, 12 points. The Knicks 10 for 21. 2-point range. And the rebound gathered in. Scott Williams in a battle down low with Xavier McDaniel, and successfully fronting McDaniel. Here's Starks to the reverse.
If he got pushed, then he pushed Greg Anthony a little bit before that, so you just let him go. No call.
Oh, beautiful pass from Anthony. Jordan is back in. He's able to haul the rebound down. Knicks continue to have their troubles at the line, and Jordan right off the bench to connect for the jumper. Michael Jordan
Thus far in the game, but they have 16 free throws already in this basketball game.
Scott Williams did a terrific job in defending against Xavier McDaniel. That's a three. The Bulls 3 of 3 from downtown. And Jordan called for the shuffle. Second traveling violation on Michael Jordan. Knicks did an effective job in doubling up.
How many times do we see 2 travel violations against Mike?
Patrick Ewing back on the floor up front, along with Oakley, and a 3-guard alignment being utilized by Pat Riley. Anthony for 3. Yes, Anthony for all during the playoffs, starting with the series against Detroit, has become a 3-point shooting threat. Jordan working hard, and it's
Anthony show when it's not really. Here, the crowd concerned that this might be a good call by making no call at all. If it's straight.
Again, the double coverage of Ewing, finding Oakley.
Just a great example, Marv, of why people continue to work with these great players to develop other areas. Just like Greg Anthony's become a better shooter, he comes out and works at it before each game. He's got hopefully a long career in the NBA to improve. Ewing knew that he had to become a better passer and read defenses.
Up to Grant, and the Bulls lead 43-33. Ewing foul by Jordan. The Knicks calling for time with 6:42 remaining in the first half. The setup for Ewing, and he's hammered from behind by Jordan. We'll be back after these words. Bizarre. The Bulls with a first half. Bulls lead by 8 points. Vandaway working off the screen. Ewing. Points for Ewing. Chicago is led by as many as 13. Here is Pippen. Bulls 45, the Knicks 37. Oakley open for an instant. Anthony using the pick. Wilkins wide open. They gave him the shot. They're saying, hey, shoot it. You can point. No respect, though, for the outside touch of Gerald Wilkins. Jordan under pressure. Oakley and Anthony up. And not pleased about it. Now John Paxson in a conversation with Darryl Garrison. He thought he was fouled. Pippen
Had a problem getting the ball out. At the other end of the floor, Pippen feeling a little bit better, a little more comfortable with that ankle, taking it to the basket, drawing the contact.
With the #1 draft pick, a rookie from Nevada, Las Vegas. Shot only 37% from the field during the regular season, and there was a point toward the end of the season where he was not looking for the shot, but in the playoffs he's turned it after hitting from long range.
Charles Oakley giving the ball back in the backcourt. Said, wait a minute, this isn't my job. You take it back, Charles, and get it up the floor. Little give and go action in the backcourt.
Yes, he had some trouble handling the ball on Thursday night. Oakley. And the Knicks at 16 of 34 for 47%. Chicago controls the tip, and here comes Jordan. Well, mark it down. It's about 2 minutes past 2 Eastern time, and Michael Jordan has done the unthinkable.
Was ready to bust out from the time that went up. It was just a matter of Patrick Ewing tried to cut off the top of the circle. The ball went to Pippen to his right. Jordan was gone.
Horace Grant called for the foul. That missed stuff will undoubtedly be played on every highlight show across America this evening. And the crowd certainly has gotten a kick out of it.
Before the game is over, I have a feeling that he will have another opportunity to show that he can do it.
Oakley comes out to help. Here's Jordan. He tried to draw the foul. Phil Jackson in a rage looking for the call. Here's Mark Jackson. Yes.
You said it. It's going to replay over and over again. Michael Jordan doing the unthinkable.
Have cut into that lead. It's now a 6-point margin. One more look at the breakaway stuff.
83 points in game 2. Already here in game 3 with 3 minutes remaining. A total of 90 points scored by both teams. So the tempo definitely is up in Chicago's favor.
Yes, and it counts. A gorgeous spin move by Jordan, and he was fouled by Wilkins.
Well, Gerald Wilkins mentioned to us yesterday that he's probably the one who has the best chance of stopping Jordan as far as the guards are concerned from New York down low because of size and the fact that Jordan respects him a little bit more perhaps than the other guys. But when Michael Jordan gets down low, I don't care who's playing him, he's almost...
2 with just under 3 minutes to go in this first half. Wilkins calling out a play. Quick Livingston has come on for the first time. He's guarding Xavier McDaniel. Shot clock at 3. Ewing had to force the air ball. Oakley is there to convert. Charles Oakley very active offensively. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Good look from Jackson, but Oakley, after blowing home.
That time Chicago paid Slock running down, and Ewing shooting an air ball comes up with a big basket for New York to stop the run by the pick and roll. Oakley finds the seam. Jackson makes the decision. Although he misses it, he stays with it and comes up with the 2 points.
Thank you, Ahmad. A reminder, tomorrow here on NBC, an unprecedented NBA playoff triple feature. 6:30 tomorrow night will be capped off by game number 4 between the Chicago Bulls and the New York Knicks. That's 6:30 Eastern time. First, a special early start at 12 noon Eastern. The Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Boston Celtics. Game 4 of their Eastern Conference semifinals. Celtics pulling one out last night against the Cavs, and then Karl Malone leads the Jazz against Sean Kemp and the Seattle Supersonics. And then later, as the finale of the special triple-header, 6 noon Eastern with NBA Showtime. Nice save by Ewing. Here is Wilkins. Yes!
Tomorrow in that 12.
An 8-0 Knick run. And the Knicks move within 1. 11 points for Wilkins. The Bulls take a 20-second timeout.
Sees the seam again for the second time, going left, finding just enough room to get to the front, and then he's such an explosive player, plays on emotion. This type of play is best for him. He has had to sacrifice during the course of the season. Statistics have gone down because it's not the best style for Gerald Wilkins.
The Bulls 51. And the Knicks 50. Pippen will throw in. Now Jordan played by McDaniel.
All they've done now is flip-flop, and Jordan's in the middle. Pippen's on the wing. Michael must create, makes something happen as the clock runs down.
And he gives the foul. They had one foul to give.
Now Chicago will take penetration and find Paxson in the corner for a three or Pippen for a three. That's what they want.
Final seconds. Here is Pippen. Very aggressive celebration move by McDaniel with Wilkins. But the Knicks feeling good about themselves. They cut that 13-point lead down to 1. An 8-0 run at the end of the half. Chicago missing their last 4 field goal attempts. The Bulls Bar Prudential halftime report with Bob Costas. With the czar of the telespreader, Mike, led by as many as 13. They lead by only 1 as we get set for the start of the third quarter. A superb first half for
2 in steals. And then the other 2 categories: forced turnovers, 7-7, blocked shots, 2-2.
It's on Wilkins, his third.
Gerald Wilkins had done a good job initially getting Jordan almost out to the sideline before he could catch the ball. Then by the time he backs him down here, makes a couple different fakes, a little deflection, he's got to kick it out to Cartwright.
Here's Jordan. Fouled by Oakley. That's 3 on Oakley. And Michael Jordan's free throw shooting continues to be puzzling. He has hit only 2 of 4 this afternoon. He missed 3 of 4 in the final minutes on Thursday.
Defense that puts pressure on here in the third quarter, looking ahead down the road to have energy left.
Oh, Horace Grant came up big with the rejection. Here's Scottie Pippen going all the way. Offensive foul.
As Pippen elevates and goes to the basket, you can believe that he's anticipating the fact that there might be sins out, and then it's just a matter of who's the official going to call it on. They're locked there even. Cartwright, Oakley, both trying to get that inside position. And then when Oak may feel that he's on his way down at the end, he just starts flailing. Little shove there by
Jackson. Crowd reacts. They wanted a foul on Cartwright. Here's Pippen dumping off. Nicely done. And Grant has tied the game at 54. 4 of 11 from the field. He has 10 points. Jordan with the hesitation.
Just after Michael Jordan had got done splitting the double team, as they tried to play a little 2-man game, he had to cock the shot, bring it back down again, and then in the scramble right there for the basketball, the foul called. And Scottie Pippen is bleeding also. That'll be a second guy coming out of the game for Chicago.
And Darryl Garrettson impatient. He wants the ball in play.
And he wants Phil Jackson to put a substitute in. Never mind stopping the bleeding with a towel. He wants a sub in so play can continue.
Cliff Livingston replacing Scottie Pippen. Well, the Bulls sport back in. The next dead ball. Wilkins for McDaniel. Shot clock at 8. Oh, yes. The Knicks lead.
Walked out, they said this is a big, physical, wide New York team that plays you tough, and it takes its toll on you.
Livingston, who is a quick leaper, able to convert on the putback. So Cliff Livingston off the bench to hit his first field goal. The Knicks take a timeout. The basket counts, and a foul has been called.
Livingston doing what he does best, keeping the ball alive on the glass, giving them second shot opportunities. Livingston, after the first 2 games, a total of only 4 minutes on the floor.
Intense, grueling style of play. The Knicks have gotten to their style, similar to what happened by Patrick Ewing, providing the Knicks.
New York style. This is the type of game they want to get Chicago into. This is the way they feel they have a legitimate chance to win this series.
Paxson with the step. Purdue on the 2 of 13 from the field. They hit a cold spell, a 17-8 run by the Knicks, propelling New York to the lead, but now Chicago leads by 3 as Michael Jordan is
Little give and go basketball. Pass, cut without it, and if you go basketball, pass, cut without it, and if your teammates are unselfish, they'll give it back to you, to the best finisher in the game.
So Patrick Ewing sitting down. Charles Oakley moves over to the center position. Starks for three. Yes. Starks off the bench to hit from downtown. A foul has been called on the Knicks as a timeout is taken.
Getting it back and then wanting to add to
for the drive. That's not the case over the first two games. Here is Scottie Pippen to the free throw line. The game is tied at 61 off the three-pointer by John Starks, who had been 0 for 9 from downtown. Scottie Pippen with 13 points. He had 9 in the first quarter, only 4 since then. But popping it down. McDaniel gives it right back. Anthony spotting Oakley. He thought he was fouled. Mason with the rebound gets it out. Starks for three. Bulls with the ball and a 2-point lead. And now McDaniel switching off on Jordan. Michael trying to shake off through the foul. That's 3 on McDaniel.
Marv, you mentioned how during a timeout, that's when he told Chip Schaefer, the trainer, that it was beginning to tighten up. He was having a real problem with it after playing about 42 minutes on the bad ankle. So perhaps again, it's starting to tighten up as the game goes on.
Michael Jordan now 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He has 23 points. Despite the fact they have not received the productivity out of Patrick Ewing, only 5 for 14, 12 points. Jordan with the spin. Oh, what a move by Michael Jordan. The Bulls now lead 6 and is called for the foul.
During the course of the regular season, Scottie Pippen led this team in assists with 572, and when he can find Michael Jordan down low, there aren't many two guards that can stop Michael in that painted area.
Now Starks guarding Jordan. McDaniel over to help. Paxson. Oh, so the Bulls have settled down and now lead 69-62, an 8-1 run by Chicago. Patrick Ewing back on the floor. Ewing from way out. Bulls lead by 5.
And that was not an easy. Ewing got it off.
He was hitting the face-up jump shots in the second half on Tuesday night, and that is what propelled the Knicks to the victory. Jordan in the third, 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Starks, who was looking for 3, changed his mind. Jordan from half court after 3 here at Madison Square Garden. The Chicago Bulls, sparked by Michael Jordan, lead the New York Knicks by the score of 71-64. We'll be back after these words from your local station. $19,763 at Madison Square Garden. Capacity crowd on hand.
We're talking about a Chicago team that has dismantled a lot of individual players and offenses over the last couple seasons. You continue to work hard. You try to get the ball to him in his key areas, and then he's got to be a good decision maker. When to shoot, when to pass. B.J.
Armstrong back on the floor, replacing John Paxson. B.J., one of the Bulls standouts on Thursday. Pippen able to hit. Scottie Pippen. And McDaniel up front. Bulls at one point of the first half led by as many as 13. The Knicks were able to come from behind. They had a lead briefly. Once again doing it with Purdue lost it. Gerald Wilkins makes his return. Game number 4 of this best of 7 will take place here at Madison Square Garden. Finale of an unprecedented NBA playoff triple feature here on NBC. It gets underway starting at 12 noon with Showtime. Has been forced outside.
Back rather than rolling because they understand Chicago recovers so quickly and rotates so well. There's no room in the lane for him to roll to the basket.
Armstrong not able to get going. Purdue. Oh, keep Jordan in the backcourt. Purdue is up front with Pippen and Williams. Jordan feeling around for starts. Pippen off the pick. And again it's Purdue. That's his 7th rebound. Pippen wide open.
Perfectly honest with you, when that rule was first changed, it was interpreted by everyone as 3/10, 2/10, or 1/10 of a second could not be an attempt, and they would count that with 3/10. 2/10, 1/10 must be a tip.
The Knicks free throw shooting has been that 3-point shot to tie the game at 61. Since then, the Bulls have taken over. That was kicked out by Jordan, who did not like the
post area. Go get the ball out of his hands.
Here's Wilkins. Wilkins on the recovery. Oakley with the putback. And the
believe it's happening. You think you're going to get hit by somebody, so you short arm it.
And Jordan is fouled.
Gerald Wilkins with the dribble penetration, again getting inside the Chicago defense. Well, there's the challenge, but here he's all alone, but a little short because he thought there might be a little bit of action taking place behind him.
Jordan came off a double screen. 4 minutes gone by in the fourth. Patrick Ewing.
He got caught too high that time on the top side. It enabled Ewing to drop step to the baseline to get a good look at the rim.
Ewing showing some signs here in the fourth.
Open. Talking right now to Will Purdue saying, look, take it strong, or you got a teammate right behind you. Try to stop the cross-court passes. They're difficult.
The foul was called on Scott Williams of Chicago. Well, there's John McEnroe and Tatum McEnroe. John, a regular here at Madison. 80, the Knicks 73.
And even though they hold a 7-point advantage, Chicago has to be concerned. In the first half, perimeter shooting, 12 out of 14. So far in the second half, only 3 out of 9, perhaps the effect of the physical play.
Anthony from downtown that just did catch the front of the rim. And a loose ball foul is called, and Patrick Ewing screaming at Greg Anthony. Patrick Ewing very upset with Anthony. And Pat Riley makes the immediate change. Mark Jackson checks in.
Patrick Ewing and the foul taking place on the drive. Patrick Ewing understands that the way we basket, score, draw contact, put fouls on the opponents, or kick it out to open teammate.
Here's McDaniel fouled by Pippen.
That time, on the out-of-bounds play, Mark Jackson saw that pick and roll, two-man basketball, screen, but he slipped at that time.
Patrick Ewing cuts it to a 7-point Chicago lead.
The difference in how long you hold the screen. Do you stop and draw contact on the defensive man, or do you start to come over and then slip it and go to the basket?
Pippen. Oh, a strong move by Scottie Pippen. Ewing being played by Williams. Wilkins around Williams on Rashad from Madison Square Garden. Game 3 of the best of 7. Series tied at 1. Game 4 tomorrow night. And we'll have it for you starting 6:30 Eastern Time. Here's Jordan. Scott Williams able to get to the loose ball, then he's bottled up. Jordan with the recovery, and Jordan is fouled. The basket counts and a foul, and Michael Jordan very upset. about the way he was muscled.
Xavier McDaniel rotating across, just basically goes after his body to try and stop it. Jordan with the strength, the concentration, and now he is upset because he understands if he lands the wrong way, that could be the end of the season for him. Ahmad Rashad earlier this year had spent a day with Michael and gone through his workout training program and said it's really a difficult one. This guy has built his body up and added great strength to a great talent.
And I can understand Michael Jordan's point of view. A very hard foul given by Xavier McDaniel. And that upset Jordan. As Michael works with a personal trainer, working only on his upper body. Says he's gained 20 pounds. He never really lifted weights before. He was afraid that it would mess up his shot or perhaps slow him down. He said he was prompted to start lifting because of the beatings that he was taking from the Detroit Pistons. Always felt that he was physically drained. We'll be right back.
Michael Jordan on the bench trying to stop the bleeding in his nose, and this is where it all came from. A few moments ago, Jordan taking it to the basket, New York trying to stop the dunk. Two Knicks go after him, Ewing in front of him that time. The contact, the concentration, and then Michael certainly not happy with the fact that there was a hard blow delivered. After it follows up the score and goes after the Knicks, not only physically, but verbally. He's sending a message here to New York. Let's go over to Ahmad for a second.
All right, Mike, you all were talking about Michael Jordan's workout routine. He, unlike many players in the league, works out and he feels like that has really raised his game, so he's very durable at this point.
And Michael Jordan getting set to make his return, and the foul. Ewing was hacked, and he'll go to the line. So Patrick Ewing.
Well, Patrick Ewing against Grant, that's a big, big plus for the Knicks. Too big, too strong. He gets into the middle of the lane area, close to the dotted line.
Ewing setting the pick. Ewing, yes. So Ewing has 27. The Bulls by 6. Jordan forced to give it up. Shot clock at 6. Pippen for 3. Scottie Pippen from downtown. That's his second three-pointer. And Pat Riley calling a 20-second timeout. The Bulls lead 90-81.
The great confidence in the fact that they can reverse the ball to an open teammate and that he has the ability to knock it out even with a rotating defensive player in his face. Pippen gets the good look. He certainly has the good stroke today, hitting 7 out of his 12 shots.
Pippen only a 20% three-point field goal shooter during the regular season, has hit on 2 of 2 from downtown this afternoon. We'll be back in a moment. Jordan still attempting to stop the bleeding off that hard hit leveled by Xavier McDaniel on the drive to the hoop. Scottie Pippen trying to assist. The combination of Jordan and Pippen coming up big this afternoon. 31 for Michael, 26 for Scottie. Bulls 90 and the Knicks 81. 2.5 remaining in this fourth quarter. McDaniel for 3. McDaniel normally does. So Pippen leads with 26 points, but a very strong turn. He's played very well today, coming off the sprained ankle.
Patrick Ewing helping his teammate out, making the rotation, establishing position, and then absorbing the blow. The offensive foul by Pippen sends him to the bench, and Phil Jackson, a big decision here, who to come on with. Do you want defense? Do you want rebounding? Do you want 8 rebounds? Okay, but on the floor, scrambling, coming up with it, and then the presence to call the quick timeout to save the possession.
So the Bulls and the Knicks with 2 timeouts remaining. They each have 4. Michael Jordan has hit only 1 of his last 6. 1:20 remaining in the fourth. Jordan got the step, and he's called for the offensive foul.
That time, instead of going after the block, knocking him to the floor, the Knicks tried to establish position. Wilkins tries for the slap from behind, but the white jerseys, 2 of them rotate over to get good position. Little different look. Jackson there. Ewing coming from behind his head. Oakley there just in case. Mark Jackson with good position defensively.
Well, one thing's for certain, Michael. And a foul has been called against the Knicks.
Well, Pat Riley has his bomb squad on the floor. Mark Jackson, Starks, Wilkins, guys that...
Wilkins heard the criticism here in New York off that ill-advised last-second shot in the playoff game against Detroit. Bounced back last Sunday with the good second-half effort against the Pistons. And Wilkins started strong here.
Half-court line. It's if they double back on Ewing and he kicks it.
To cap off wall-to-wall NBA.
They have to eventually decide to take the foul and stop the clock.
And the Bulls have not shot well at the line.
Well, if you go this far down in the 24-second clock, then don't foul now. Dig in, get the stop, and go from there. No sense wasting anything by fouling late on the 24-second clock. If you do it early, that's one thing.
Shot clock at 1, and it is a 24-second violation in the fourth. Buzzer going off. They readjusted the clock. 30 and 2/10 seconds to go. In this fourth quarter, the Bulls lead 91.
At that time was Cartwright, just over 60 for the season. But once the 24-second clock ran down to 10-9-8, no sense fouling then. Dig in, get a stop. Now, with 30 seconds plus remaining, down 5 points, you don't have to take a 3. You need a combination of a 3, 2, or 2 and a 3. So you take your best opportunity, you score, get in your defense, try for a steal in the backcourt, and then foul immediately when they get over the half-court line.
Pat Riley has inserted Kiki Vandeweghe for his long-range touch. Starks putting the move on Armstrong. Not the shot he had in mind, and a foul is called on the Knicks. A loose ball foul with the Knicks over the limit. The Bulls to the line. Assistant coach Johnny Bach in a discussion with Daryl Garrettson. The clock reset once again, and the Bulls were wondering why. Now 24 and 2/10 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. The Bulls 90. Rebounded by Starks. He was blocked. Here's Jackson for 3. Time running out on the Knicks. Wilkins for 3. A three-point festival here in the final seconds. The ball still alive. Now the clock.
Michael Jordan telling Phil Jackson, relax, coach. We got this one right now. Relax.
Well, coming up in this best of 7 playoff series, a very physical game once again. I have a feeling we will hear some complaints from Michael Jordan and the Bulls about the Knicks' physical style. Bulls win it 94-86. This has been a presentation of the NBA on NBC.